Well, hello and welcome back to Riverbend Springs. So the field on our right is now fully manure spread. I wouldn't say that was fully fertilised, but it is fully manure spread. We will be topping it up with the fertiliser in the seeder. This is my first recording with the updated game, version 1.10. And glad to see they fixed a few issues that were bugging me, and there's been an update to, I don't know where I'm going here, there's been an update to precision farming as well, although it doesn't say what's updated on precision farming, but it has been updated anyway. As you will be very pleased to hear, I imagine, I have also put on universal autoload, which is fantastic. Not that I've used it yet, or worked out how to use it yet, but we will do. We'll probably sell this trailer and then get the in-game version of the curtain cider, because we'll be able to auto-load that without having to lift up and put bits in. Now, here we are. We're going to put wheat into this field. To make sure we've got tram lines set, it looks like we do. Yep, tram line set for 30 meters is... That's right, isn't it? That's the size of my spreader. It's a... Is it that one? Do I have that one? I think I've got that one. The Fent. Yes, I'm sure it's this one. And I think we went for the 30 meter spreader, didn't we? Yes. So, 30 meters is brilliant. Let's put this on a worker. Off you go. We'll get the wheat in and get the fertilizer done. It probably will need more wheat, seed and fertilizer while it's underway and working. There it is, look. Our beautiful Fent Rogator. If that's how you say it. We need to jump over to the tree harvester. Oh, there it was. And we've got to get these trees taken down up here so that when it gets round to it, we can put a cover crop into this field. So we are still currently... Aha, that button. We are still currently in September, and we will be until this lot of work is done. Okay. Cut. And... yes. Right then. Let's just see what... 12 meter lengths. That's good. Oh no. Oh no. I want to try and get the tree out of the forest so it doesn't drag me in when it's cutting. There we go. Alright, lift it up slightly and 12 meter lengths, here we come. So, my understanding from Universal Autoload is that I can now auto-load these trees into the trailer that we've already got, which would be amazing. But we're going to get them chopped down first and put into the right place, and then we'll give it a go. Oh, it'll probably be a bit of a learning curve, I imagine. So I will need to figure out how we do it. There we go. But it's going to make things... The universal auto load is going to make things so much easier. So much easier. Especially all the selling of things and everything like that. So, like I said, we'll try it on the trees first. And then I think it would be a good idea to try it on the pallets. But the pallets, obviously... Oh dear. Let's try moving it over this way a little bit. I may have a little bit of an issue here. Right, I'm going to get these chopped down. And then we'll catch up. Alright then, so we have some logs. Universal auto load. Let's have a quick look. Start loading, Shift R. Ooh. And then does it keep loading? Do I have to stop? I might have to stop completely to load. Start loading, Shift R. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That is so much easier than even using super strength. So, fantastic. I was stationary. Okay, let's get these ones loaded up. Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. One last one. There we go. And the tension belts strap automatically when you start moving off. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So that is fantastic. As for our worker over there... Ah, yes, they are working. That's good. Not getting through the seed or fertilizer that quickly, which is great news. So it was a good idea, definitely, to muck spread the field first. It's just sort of topping the fertilizer up a little bit, which is great. So by the time that we get this over to the sawmill, we will get ourselves a new trailer, curtain sider. And we will start moving things around, which is a cracking idea. And while we're doing all that, the worker can continue to do what they're doing now, and we can then take over with the seeder and start putting in some oilseed radish into the 2 smaller fields that I've just been working next to. So, amazing. Right. I shall crack on into a time lapse and we'll get this done. I know I've just done a time lapse of the tree cutting, but that was something different. Right, so as you can see, I have decided on another colour change. Obviously, I haven't cleaned it, but we now have... we've sold the Crone flatbed and the Palfinger, because we don't need it anymore. We have also sold the auto-load curtain sider that we had, so we don't need that anymore. We've got this curtain sider here. I've been down to the spinnery, we've picked up the fabric and dropped off all the wool. We have 2 pallets of herbicide on board as well that were over by the store that I thought we could bring back, which is brilliant. We have got some watering to do. The both the greenhouses and the rice greenhouse need water desperately. Otherwise we've got to shift some things around. Yeah, we'll still have to use the what's it called? Forklift. We'll still have to use the forklift and things because we'll have to move the thing into the right position because we can't get to everything to pick it up in the sawmill or anything like that. Right, what am I doing? We want to change material type to herbicide, and then we can shift I to unload the herbicide there. As for the fabric, I don't know what to do with that at the minute because the wagon builder is full of fabric. Nothing else I think needs fabric, unless of course the playground does, and it's worth price at the moment anyway, so we want to store it. That's what we want to do. We could store it over here in this storage facility, although I get the feeling that we may fill it up fairly soon. We have to wait till it's all open. Ah. That's better. Right, so the fabric is now in there, which is good. In future we can just leave it over in the spinnery, but it's in there for now. So, we need to grab the eggs. They need to go over to the bakery. We also need to move some eggs over to the oh, what's it called? to the canning factory. Because the canning factory can then do some more noodles. It's got flour. Just needs flour and eggs. Which would be perfect. Right. Am I in a position where the next pallet is not going to spawn? Probably. It's going to take a little while to load up here because we have to wait for a pallet to spawn, then we'll have to wait for another pallet to spawn, and then another pallet to spawn, and I don't know how many pallets are in there. Let's have a quick look before we continue much further. Three more pallets. Okay. Is that 3 including that one though, or is it 3? No. Yeah, 3 including that one. So we'll get this filled with all the products that we need to move around. And we'll go from there. Right, so we're going to get the water topped up in the greenhouses and in here. Looks like it's been emptying already for the goats, so let's have a look. Goats. Okay, they could do with a little bit more water, but we need to do the greenhouses first. They are urgent and they need it, and we need them, the rice saplings, for next year. I know I said I might do long grain rice. I haven't decided yet, but if we do short grain normal rice, then it would be good to know we have enough saplings. Okay, I've got the eggs and the sugar loaded in. We need to pick up the flour from, well, both there and from the new flour mill. So we're going to do the greenhouses now. And then we'll get all the flour picked up. It's a lot of flour. I've seen it over at the new grain mill. All of this stuff is going to be picked up in October. But it's certainly going to be an easier job than it was previously. Right, so we have offloaded eggs, flour and sugar to the bakery, which means that the bakery, as I crash into a tree because it's saving, the bakery is now full of that. It needs some bottled milk, and it could do with some strawberries. So what we'll do is we'll get into the greenhouse here and we're going to change the output mode. Ah, hang on, they're already distributing. So the strawberries can continue to distribute. In fact, what we can do is we can set this lot also to distributing. And then once we've ticked over an hour and this is full in here. Ah, butter as well, look. Butter we want also distributing. Yeah, once that's ticked over and all these are full, we can turn that off again. Flour. It has got all the flour it could ever possibly want, which is fantastic. Actually, what that means is we can also put on bread, but I don't want it selling. I would like it storing. We're making bread and cake now. Fantastic. We've got 21,000 litres of cake on board, which is brilliant. Which will be sold next time when the price is right. We've got sugar, which can go into the dairies. We've got flour, and we've still got eggs, which can go into the canning factory. In fact, the next load of eggs will go to the canning factory. Once we have... The chickens have produced some more. In fact, I forgot to pick up the eggs at the other chicken hut, didn't I? Well, there we go. In fact, let's go and do that now. And then we have got one more job to do today, and that is to get the cover crop into those little fields. And October is going to be so busy that my head is going to explode. Right, what am I doing? I want sugar into the dairies. We want curtain side right front. There we go. We can get it opened up. We can switch material type to sugar. And hopefully unload it into the trigger. Right, Shift I. Yes, there we go. Job done. Switch back to material type all. I'm going to leave the cake on board here. We just need to offload the bits that we need to offload, really. Because obviously we'll be using this setup to sell all our dairy products. Here we go. Let's load those eggs on board. So yeah, those can now go to the canning factory. We can get noodles made, which will be absolutely fantastic. It is getting a little bit dark, but we're going to have to get the oilseed radish done in September. In fact, what I'll do... Let's get... Where is it? Here we are. Did it finish this field okay? Yes, it looks like we've got a decent amount of wheat in there. So that is good. We've still got solid fertilizer. Obviously, we will not need to fertilize when we're putting in the oilseed radish. So, if I deactivate automatic application rate, change application rate using K and M, that's increasing. We want to decrease to, well, 18 is the smallest, obviously. Well, not obviously, but it is. And we'll go for... swim past it. Oilseed radish. I think is the minimum application rate. Yes, it is. So, we can get oilseed radish put into here. Get the worker to start up. There we go. Now we've got to pop round to the canning factory and unload the eggs. Also unload the flour that we have left. And switch on noodle production. Then we will take over from the worker and carry on with the drilling. Nice to do some field work. Look at that. Look at all the rice cakes. Beautiful. Well, I assume it goes in over here. So material type, eggs, unload. Oh dear. Unload. Oh dear. dear. Unload. There we go. And then material type, flour, unload. There we go. Right. That can now stay there. The canning factory, we can switch on noodle soup. I don't want it selling though, we want it storing. Beautiful. Nearly out of rice completely, so the rice rolls are almost completely made. Got flour and eggs. 55 flour and 10 eggs, so yeah, that's all good. Cement factory. Stones are okay at the moment. Things are looking extremely good. Now, as the bakery filled up, yes, it hasn't with strawberries, but it has with bottled milk, eggs and butter. So we can go back into the dairies, change the output mode to storing again for those. Did I do it in the other dairy? No, I didn't. In fact, the little dairy can go into distributing. Because then that can keep the bakery topped up. Fantastic. Grain mill, that's the little grain mill. The big grain mill still got a lot of oats to work through. We'll be selling a lot of flour, I think. But yeah, that is looking golden. Now we're going to skip all the way through every vehicle we own, back to here. And stop the worker at the end here. Put on some tram lines, or tram lines, steering assist. And we're going to finish off this field and the other field. And I know it's dark, and I'm sorry about that, but we have to get it done. Well, farmers do have to work late sometimes, and we are finishing at just coming up to 8:30 in the evening. It's been a long day, and it spanned 2 episodes, and I've got a feeling that October will probably be similar. Probably span 2 episodes as well. We've got so much harvesting to do, and some of the fields are going to have a quick turnaround and get oilseed radish in, and I believe that oilseed radish can... Oh, it can be put in an... Oh, no, hang on, that's grass. Oilseed radish can be put in October. So, yes, we're going to have to very quickly turn some of those fields around and get oilseed radish in so that we can get the... we can get the February payout. So if we don't get it in October, we have to wait till March, and then you don't get the payout for another year. Which is not good at all. So, I want to top this up with a bit of seed. Weirdly, it was using a bit of fertiliser, and then I put it onto automatic application and it said no fertiliser needed, but it still did use about 100 litres of fertiliser, which is a bit weird. Just over 100 in fact. Strange. But we've got wheat in our field over there. We've got 2 fields now of oilseed radish, and I am going to push for another at least 3 fields of oilseed radish, but we'll have to get on quickly and get them done. I think the cotton will be done by a worker because there's no need for that to stop. I will make sure it's fully fueled and stuff before we start. They'll spit bales out and then continue. The what do you call it? Sugar beet will have to be done by me. And I would like to do the sunflowers. But we'll have to see how things go, because I've got a lot of stuff that I will need to sell as well. Like I said, it's gonna easily span over 2 episodes. But yeah, we've got a lot to do. Anyway, that is it for September. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.